Hello and welcome back to the Canaries Chat channel. Today we have another transfer update video. A little bit more going on around our new incoming as well as a few outgoings as well. So let's get into the outgoings first. So to start of all, Josh Sargent has been linked with another club today. So Udinese from Serie A. Now interested in Josh Sargent. So yeah, it's a tricky one. Obviously, he's had links away to other areas, but it's really one that I think will rumble on. I think this deal probably won't be done before the Sainz deal, personally, and I don't think that deal will be done super quickly either. So I think we're yet to see kind of potentially the club that actually will come in for Josh Sargent as of yet, but yeah, reports coming out that Udinese are interested in Sargent. In regards to Sainz, Forest supposedly, according to Football Insider, are leading the race for him. But the interesting thing that's just happened at the moment is that Barcelona, I believe yesterday, agreed a deal for Nico Williams. Barcelona aren't notorious for getting deals done quickly, so that can rumble on for a while. The reason being that is kind of as a note for us is that actually Athletic Bilbao have had obviously a lot of interest in Sainz, so the chances that it could be him going there to replace Nico Williams potentially have just got a little bit more likely because of that transfer request. I think it was always going to depend on if Nico Williams left, but the fact he is definitely going now probably opens up the door for Athletic Bilbao to start their replacement. But I do think that Barca do take their time with deals, so I don't think they'll come. Well, Athletic Bilbao, I can't imagine will find a replacement before Williams goes, and Williams won't be gone for a little while, I imagine. So, yeah, and one to keep tabs on, but things slowly moving across those two players. Apart from that, not seen any interest in any other Norwich players. Surprised we've had no rumours at all around Nunes. But yeah, as of now, there is no kind of other rumours apart from Sargent and Sainz. Just quickly before we get into the incomings, about 85% of the people watching these videos are not subscribed. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the time the season starts. We're getting really, really close now. So if you can drop a subscribe, that would mean the absolute world. And yeah, let's get into the incomings. So, regarding the incomings, a few updates from the pink and around these. Dolan has been a player we've been linked with and supposedly interested in, but it actually turns out that that noise is kind of now stopped. The club had supposedly assessed his availability, and it's now being said that that's no longer going ahead. A little bit of an interesting one. I think he'd fit in really well with the team. I think he could be a replacement in that attacking front line that we desperately need. There's a potential, by sounds of it, going by a lot of the reports, that we're just going to be replacing Sainz with one player. That means we're also not replacing then Dobbin. The other kind of factor to bear that in mind is that with our current recruitment plan, centre backs, we've got quite a few of them. So does that mean we're maybe shifting towards a formation that is three at the back, with attacking wing backs? You could have Mahova and Fisher, Mahova Stacey, or Crisene Stacey, and then have a more centralised 2-1-2 in the middle. So you could have potentially Wright, McLean, Nunes, Sarge, Cernat, or a new striker, Cernat. We could look to move towards that. In regards to then like wingers, we'd then have the one that would replace Sainz. We'd have Schwartau that can play on the wing, Forsen that can kind of play on the wing as well as Marcondes. But we don't have some out and out wingers. If we lose Sainz, I'm trying to think of any out and out wingers that we've got. And for me, Schwartau, Forsen, and Marcondes sit more within that central role. Cernat can play on the right. But I think, to be honest, if Sargent goes, his calling could be a striker. So definitely one to keep tabs on in that winger position. But supposedly Dolan is not that player that we are going for. One kind of that we talked about earlier, kind of last video, was Jakov Medić, the 26-year-old Croatian centre-back that was on loan from Ajax at Backroom. It looks like, and Sky Sports also reporting, that deal is done. 1.8 million up front, with it potentially rising to 2.5 million. A really, I think, positive acquisition for us. He looks like, going through stats, when he played, he made Bochum better, the back line better as well, with goals conceded. It looks like we've got a 3-year contract with an option of a further year, and it's just the final bits in the contract to be kind of signed. I's dotted, T's crossed. No, my luck, last time I put a video out talking about this, Darling signed literally 2 minutes after the video went up. Fingers crossed that's the same thing today, as I'd love to get him through the door as quickly as possible. And yeah, he could be one of those centre backs that we maybe move to a back three for. With, you could have Darling, Medić, Cordoba, Hills, McConville, plenty of options there that we could move to. The last incomings is actually not a player. So with Bristol City announcing their new manager, which is Struber, he is open to keeping the backroom staff that we're looking to get. There's been an ongoing kind of back and forth between us and Bristol on if we pay the compensation. We don't overly want to. We're trying to find ways around that. Potentially, we're thinking that Struber would bring in his own backroom staff, so that meant no room there, and then we could pick him up on a free. Ultimately, I think if Manning wants him, we should be paying that compensation. But I do get the club just kind of biding its time to see, actually, could we get him a little bit cheaper, which I think is reasonable. But I think if push came to shove, we should be really pushing to get that deal over the line. I think we made the error with Thorup that we didn't bring in his backroom staff, or backroom staff that knew him well. Even Glenn, he was brought in to help and support, but they hadn't worked together before. I don't think we can afford to make that mistake again. So if I was Napa, obviously see if you can get him on the cheap with Struber coming in, and then if that then changes and he says, actually no, I want to keep him, you pay the release fee and you get him over. That's my opinion. Leave a comment down below. Are you excited about Medić? I definitely am. I think he's a great acquisition, and I think it's really good that we're focusing on that defensive part of our game, because it was so poor last season. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe as well. We're obviously trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the start of the season, and we will see you in the next video.